Welcome to Master to Thrive, a Kakaspot production. Your host, Sarah Akello. Shortcuts. Isn't this a very common word? Yes, it is. Let's talk more about it today. What is the race of life? My definition of the race of life is running against time. We all have limited time, yet we must use it wisely to be able to accomplish our life goals. Therefore, we must be on the race. If you have ever watched this comical movie called The Rat Race, then we share a similar perspective. The path that we take to run the races of our lives are our choices, and they have consequences, good or bad. There are times when we have found ourselves taking shortcuts. Yet, we have heard and used the phrase, shortcuts are dangerous, many times, haven't we? This has to do with time and its relationship with resources, appointments, commitments, and responsibilities. It also has to do with how we are wired, mind-wise, to seeking, following, acquiring, accomplishing, cherishing, or keeping. From the biblical perspective, Proverbs, there is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. There are good, constructive, value-adding shortcuts which lead us to faster and better, but there are also bad, destructive, and retrogressive shortcuts that lead us to hasty and dangerous. Examples of good shortcuts for our use of time and resources, saving technology such as shortcut to a computer program. Of all shortcuts that we may take or think of taking, we need to ask ourselves if they are really ethical. Sticking to time's resource apportionment, commitment, and responsibility can be like waiting on the queue to see a doctor. Right there on the couch, seated, waiting, a number of thoughts can rush through our minds. For example, we can tell ourselves to sweet talk the secretary to jump us over the queue, or we can fake acuteness of illness so that priority can be given to us to be attended to fast, jumping others over the queue. That is shortcut. Prudent shortcuts lead to formation of a habit or habits that sticks with the person and becomes like a thick band of thread, wound over and over and over, and becomes most difficult to undo. We've heard about the word identities. There are identities that are created by taking shortcuts, and some of them are overuse, injury, loss, guilt, reputation, damage, getting into uncalled for debts, exploitation, abuse, degradation, stagnation, mediocrity, status quo, similitude, mass psychology, non-competitiveness, boredom, and invasion. We also need to take note of frequent traps that make us to take shortcuts. These include building relationships, acquiring education, using of roads, acquiring of assets, doing business, seeking and keeping jobs, securing government services, and career advancement. There is a red flag, and it is this, that the greatest human tendency is to think that repercussions of dangerous shortcuts are only known to and affect the person who takes it. But when we begin to see beyond ourselves, we begin to realize that our individual dangerous shortcuts affect not just us, but our family, community, society, nation, and the world at large. Our single action of shortcut erodes the dignity, integrity, productivity, well-being, ethics, and standards of many. When we avoid dangerous shortcuts, we embrace innovation, newness, competitiveness, creativity, growth, and exceptionalism. This keeps us on the road to continuous positive growth and improvement. Let us have them as our keeps. Stay connected to us. Keep learning to thrive.